Because, I mean, at the end of the day, who doesn't like access to more video games? Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Adrian here for Digital Dojos, and today we're talking about the best value in gaming in 2021. If you're a gamer like myself, you play on multiple platforms, console, PC, you're agnostic, you don't care. You just want a good time and have fun with your games. Well, at the end of the day, it still adds up. Buying more and more games, whatnot, it can definitely add up and hurt the wallet. I recently looked at a site like SteamDB, which showed from my Steam account over the last 13 years, I've spent like thousands of plus dollars on games, and get disappointed in your life is a good way to describe what the site is used for, and how much time you logged in video games. So I'm always looking for a good deal. I'm always looking for a good value, discounts, sales, whatnot. And without a shadow of a doubt, in 2021, across the board, the best value, whether it has been on my PC, whether it's been on my Series X, my PlayStation 5, it has to be Xbox Game Pass. This, simply put, and a lot of you who are already subscribers to Game Pass know all about it, is the best bang for buck, the best value, the best deal you can get in gaming right now. And it's not limited to consoles. And while a lot of people may be on it, it's always worth shedding some light on in case somebody out there doesn't know about it. So you pay a subscription fee and you get access to hundreds of games via Game Pass. This is both for console and PC right now, and I want to shed some light on those plans. And when I say access to games, I'm not talking about no-name games. I'm talking about AAA titles. I'm talking about day one releases and indie titles. You get access to so many games, as well as a backlog category of previous generations of games, all for your monthly subscription and price. So, for example, here with Xbox Game Pass, here are the 3 current tiers they offer as of this video. You have the $10 console tier, which is specifically just for your, Series S, X, or current gen Xbox, as well as previous ones that support Game Pass. You pay a subscription fee, and you get access to hundreds of titles in a rotating library. So that means you don't own the games technically, you're just getting access to them, and if the games ever get pulled from the Game Pass library due to the deal expiring or what have you, then you can no longer play it. If your subscription service stops, then you can no longer play it, so on and so forth. So you don't own the games, you're simply paying for access to them. New games are added all the time. They're getting day one releases of major titles, and you get members' discounts and sales towards certain games if you want to purchase and buy them. The second tier, which a lot of people may not know about, is PC. Xbox has a PC tier for Game Pass now that you can get their Xbox app for Windows. This is essentially their like Steam for Microsoft, where you can go ahead and get access to a ton of games. Popular titles like Hades, which were released, and major titles nowadays are usually released cross-platform, meaning if they're available on the console, they're probably going to be available on the PC if they have a PC equivalent, and they're under Game Pass. This is super clutch because if you play a game like Hades, you can play it on your PC, and then I can move to my living room and play it on my Series X on my fancy 4K OLED TV and get that full gaming couch experience and carry over save files and whatnot. I get access to all of these games and the most popular category, the whole Halo catalog. Day one releases like Age of Empires 3, which is coming out in October, I get access to right away, all via my subscription here on the PC. So you PC Master Race gamers out there, be sure to check out the PC tier as well. Even if you don't own an Xbox as a console, you can go ahead and sign up for this and get a ton of games for just $10 a month. Last but not least here, and this is the plan I'm actually on, it's the Ultimate plan. This is actually where I think is most worth it, especially if you own a console and a PC, or if you just own a console under Xbox. For $5 more, you get both PC and console tier, plus Xbox Live Gold, meaning you can play online and play with friends in multiplayer mode. It's a no-brainer for $15 a month. I mean, even if we look at the $10 pricing, let's just quickly do the math. A next-gen game is going to cost you anywhere from $60 to $70. If you buy at least 2 of those a year, already the $10 subscription for a year is worth it, right? Plus you get access to hundreds of other games and more games that come out over the year that get labeled as Xbox Game Pass exclusives and whatnot. So again, this value is just insane, and it's worth it on all accounts. You can always get deals like this deal right now, which is going on for the Ultimate plan that I'm on, for $1. Literally it's free at that point to just try it out and take advantage of both the PC and or the console plan. Furthermore, they're adding support for mobile devices. This cloud gaming beta, which I actually got to test out, is really cool, where they're basically emulating and allowing you to play your games on your iPhone, on your Android phone, on your tablets. the same games you'd be playing fully on your console emulated to work on your mobile devices. It's essentially streaming it over rather than emulating it, but nonetheless, the experience is pretty decent and smooth, and it's only going to get better over time. Now, here's the thing. Xbox isn't the only one doing this. Sony and PlayStation have their own services with PS Now and PlayStation Plus, though their libraries aren't as built out. I'm a subscriber to both of those on my PlayStation 5, and again, it's not as clear cut as a bang for buck value. While Sony has their own super great exclusives that they include in their library, the vastness and the level of exclusive that Microsoft is getting is just, again, bars ahead of what others have in their current marketplace. Let's go ahead and boot up my Series X here and take a look at the Game Pass dashboard on the console itself. So if we jump into my dashboard here we can see logged into my Series X. We'll open up Game Pass, and while you do need to be online to get access to Game Pass and need to validate your subscription, of course, one of the notes I mentioned earlier, you don't own these games, you're only paying for access to them. There is a technical workaround where you can get offline working with Game Pass. However, you need to validate, I think, every 30 days to make sure that you're still, an active member. Otherwise, you can't access those games offline. But here in the, for example, Game Pass dashboard, if I just go to show all, you can just see some of the major titles here that they have across the board. Really old classic titles from previous games. I'm playing Dead Cells right now. It's one I recently downloaded on my PC. But here on the console itself, you have access to older titles from the 360, even from the original Xbox, some classics. And then you have multiple series that obviously the Xbox is known for, like Gears of War. So you have the capability to go back and if you ever, like me, get a wave of nostalgia and want to play an old series of games, if it's in Game Pass, you literally get access to all of them without the need to have to buy each individual game. And then beyond that, you have major titles like, of course, Resident Evil, Biohazard, that was Resident Evil 7. You have The Ascent, which was recently came out on Xbox. 12 Minutes was a game I recently played that just came out not too long ago across multiple platforms. All of this in the subscription service for Xbox. So all of these games, which is literally thousands of dollars worth of games, you have access to. There is even some add-ons you can get like EA Play, which then expands the library to EA's library of games and all of that. You get access to all of that here. You can see the titles that are going to be leaving. Like I mentioned, they're not always here permanently. They're on a rotating schedule at times. So if you have a game, you can kind of play it before it leaves the Game Pass library. But again, this is just such a great value and bang for buck when it comes to getting access to so many games for so little in terms of actual cost. And if you're going to be playing on consoles or PCs anyway and buying games for full price, might as well try out a subscription service like this, pay a fraction of what you're paying already for a full game, and get access to so many other games that you might have not played or bought otherwise. There's so many titles that I got exposed to, or games I considered playing but didn't want to fully, invest the time or money into. And this kind of gives you the best of both worlds, and is a lot of where the market is moving in terms of, cloud gaming and subscription services. With Xbox really leading the way with Game Pass, there's no doubt that PlayStation Plus and Now and even Nintendo potentially is going to have to step up their games and offer their own exclusives and deals to make it more enticing to switch to their platform. All around, at the end of the day here, gamers are the ones who benefit the most. You get access to a lot more games, you get to play more games, and you get to save a little bit of money in the process, which at the end of the day, I don't think any of us can complain about. So let me know, are you already a Game Pass subscriber or considering it? Are you using things like PlayStation Now or Plus, maybe even something like Stadia or something on that end? Let me know in the comments down below. Hit this thumbs up, like button if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already for more tech content. And as always, stay tuned for more, and thanks for watching.